Yeah. So last time we saw how do we work with the Excels and all. Today what we will do is let us complete the other types of buffers, and let us also complete different types of weights, and let us also complete what are test configuration parameters. Okay, so let's go one by one. Until now, we actually discussed about only the one and only buffer, that is static buffer, right? Which you can create either through tbox set buffer, or else which you can create by using the action mode buffer. So other than this static buffer, we have two other types of buffers as well. So what are those actually means? One is called as partial buffer, and another one is called as dynamic buffer. Why do we go for these? Let us see that. First, let me complete it. Completed. Completed. Okay. So let me create one test case. Partial buffer. So in this first, what I will do is I'll take a buffer. Let's see if I have any buffers already. I don't have, I just have two buffers. So let us create one buffer. So just go to this, click on this plus icon, say buffer, tbox set buffer, the normal. Okay, let me create one buffer with the name test, and where I have something. Oreo is a good girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I want to include these dots as well. Okay, so let me run this. So this buffer will be created. Yeah, I got my buffer. So now let's see what is partial buffer. So just do the same. Control T, type buffer here. You have a standard module called tbox partial buffer. Just click on it. See what is there in it is actually, if you want to split something, for suppose you have a sentence, Oreo is a good girl. I want to take the first four characters out of this entire sentence. So that time I'll go for the partial buffer. All you need to do is pass the buffer name here. Okay, like what is the buffer name that you want to be created? For suppose test1. And what is our input value? Buffer of test, and close both the braces. And where do you want to start buffering? From beginning, so don't pass any value. Where do you want to stop it? At the fourth value, so just pass it as 4. And now let us execute this and see what will happen. See, test1 named buffer has been created with the first 4 characters, that is Oreo. In the same way, you can also mention, suppose you want to start from the 4th and you want to buffer it till the 8th value. So then you can mention it in that way as well. Just run this. See, O-E space I-E-S. All these 4 characters came up. You can mention, for suppose you want to start buffering from the 4th till the end of the sentence. Then you can say it as start from 4th and let, we need not pass because we want to buffer till the end. Then you can just simply run it. See, O space is a good girl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the dots. So everything came up. This is just when you want to split something and when you know the position from where you have to split until which position you have to split. If you don't know this position thing, then don't go for partial buffer. Is it clear?
Yes, Ramya. For the last, where we can use the last one.
The same, end or the last, whatever you want, you can mention it.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So now let's move on to the next one. I'll just keep this as. Usually we don't use partial buffer much, but when it is needed, sometimes it may come handy. Rarely. That's all. The next one is, this one is an important one. This is a most asked interview question also. Dynamic buffer. When do we go for dynamic buffer, and when do we actually, how do we get that and all? Now let's take some example. You have a demo web shop here, right? Let me log in. Let me add something to the cart. Add to the cart. Go to the cart. Just check this. Check out. Continue. 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 So, dynamic buffer. Sometimes you may have observed in your applications, wherever you are working, they may get some dynamic values. They can be your job IDs, order IDs, some patient IDs, customer ID, whatever be it is. Some IDs will get dynamically generated. For suppose in this demo web shop, job order ID is the one that gets created dynamically. So when I say confirm the job, see, I got certain order number here. This is one value which gets dynamically created, right? And I may have to need this because I may have to check the status of this order, and then it might need the order number. If I buffer this value, then it may come handy for me. So obviously I need to buffer it. So how can I buffer it again here? We are not inputting something to buffer here, right? So how can we buffer only this value? So then the dynamic buffer comes. I'll show you. First, in order to handle dynamic buffer also, you need to scan the things. So let's do a checkout tree. Yes. And now, what? Do a shift right click, scan HTML. Mm, Select the application. Now say condensed. Just scan this. Order number, so and so, whatever you got, right? And say, I'm taking only that element. It depends on you which all elements you want. Okay? And see what is there in the inner text. See, order number, so and so. Just remove this. This is the numeric part, right? Keep a star mark over there. Okay? And yeah, I'm removing all this. Yeah, just keep a star mark over there and take order number star. The same I gave it here. Order number is the name. And now I'm simply saying finish screen because this is uniquely identified, and I'm saying finish screen, close it. A module will be created for me. See, for the checkout. order number, simply drag this module, drop it into this test case. Now, where do you get the order number actually? In which property you will be able to see the order number?
In a text.
In a text. And the format is in this way, right? So what you have to do is, here you have to go to the property drop down, select the property as inner text, and this is how the syntax should be. So the place where you get that particular number, you should use the syntax of the dynamic buffer. That is curly braces xb. See, it says the X buffer allows you to read dynamic values of a string and to buffer them using the action mode verify. The syntax is also given here. See example, transfer order, some curly braces XB of order ID has been created. The area between transfer order and has been created is excluded from verification, and this particular area is buffered under the buffer name order ID. So simply say XB square braces. What is the buffer name we want? Order number, and close both the braces. That's all. And the action mode should be verify all the time for dynamic buffer. Please remember, for dynamic buffer we always have the action mode as verify. And now when I execute the same, see what will happen. 939966. See, I got this value. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is all about the dynamic buffers, partial buffers, and the static buffers. Dynamic buffers, the interview questions will be like, what is the action mode that you use for the dynamic buffer? What is dynamic buffer? What is the syntax of it? And when you have something like CRN application and all, and you want to capture the order ID, how do you capture it? So these are the most commonly asked questions. Even in IBM also they ask three questions about the dynamic buffers. Like what is the action mode you use? What is dynamic buffer? The same questions, whatever I said. Okay. So now let's move on. So until now we discussed about buffers. Now let's see what are the different weights that we have. We already know about static weight. That is the T box weight. Did we discuss about weight before and weight after?
No, Ramya.
Okay, thank you. So what is this? One second, let me take some module. Yeah, so let us take this module. Weights. Okay. Yeah, what is this weight before weight after means? See, there are two types of weights basically. Okay, one is static weight, another one is dynamic weight. So static weight, here we will be providing a fixed amount of time. Coming to the dynamic weight, here there is no fixed time. We will either wait for some property, or we will wait for that particular control to come up and all this. That's all. Okay, there is no fixed time here. Means we will give the maximum time instead of the fixed time. So if the change happens within this maximum time, immediately it will jump to the next step. For suppose you are saying maximum time is 1 minute, that is 60 seconds. So if the particular control comes up or something happens in between the 20 seconds, so immediately at the 21st second it will move to the next step instead of wasting the time. But here it will make sure that it waited for 60 minutes and then it will move for the next step. So that is the difference. Now let's see. Static wait we already know. One is T box wait. What do we do here? We are sending it as a value, right? The other two in the static wait are the wait before and wait after. So what are these means? We will create them as a steering parameters. So for suppose, take this first name, right click on it and see this is the steering parameter. So click on this and give it as wait before. Okay, and here you need to give the fixed amount of time. For suppose, let's say 10 seconds. 1, 2, 10,000. Yes. So what will happen is, before performing any operation, it will simply wait for 10 seconds first and then it will start performing the operation. So, sorry. Drag this module and I got it already, right? Okay. So in the first name, for suppose, think like I want to just enter Ramya. Let me open that page. So when I execute this, it will not directly go and type Ramya. It will wait for 10 seconds. Let's see. See, it started, but see, it doesn't enter. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it will enter. See? నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు అదేంటో. See, it took 10 seconds, 93 seconds total. Okay. In the same way, for suppose, now, let's say the other one is wait after. It's like after entering the last name, right click, create a steering parameter and the name is wait after. W and A should be capital and here I am saying some 30 seconds so that we can understand easily. Okay, now what I will do is last name I want to enter it as Sri and email sri.ramya.oreo, something like this. Okay, so now let's see how much time it will take. Let me start executing the same. Before that, I'll just clear it here. Run it. It will wait for 30 seconds, only then it will go and enter the email. Now you understood what is this, right? So can anybody tell me when do we go for this wait before, wait after in the real time?
The real time when we have to wait for certain process or certain processing before we can go to the next section. And in that case, I think you can use this.
What I can say is, whenever you know that in order to perform operation, every time you have to wait for this much of period. Like like for this particular element, you have to wait for this much of period statically. Then you just give this. Okay. Now let's move on. What is the different dynamic weights that we have?
Ramya,
Yes,
what is the difference between normal tea box weight and weight before and weight after?
both are same. If you
Okay.
want to use the tea box weight, you can use it. See, you know that every time you have to wait for 10 seconds after this operation.
Hmm.
So then instead of using tea box weight, you can directly use one steering parameter, right? So that is all. Okay.
Okay.
Now in the dynamic weights, we already discussed about weight on. What is weight on?
It will wait for a certain property of the element to be enabled, then it will get the next section.
Yeah, was usually wait on will wait for certain time, and once we that particular property or something comes up, then it will move on to the next step. Until that particular thing comes up, it will wait for certain time. So what is the maximum time that a wait on will wait for? Do anybody know? Did anybody explore? Now, for suppose, mm, let's take this. Now I want to log out. I have to wait until login is coming up. Okay. So what I will do is I'll simply go to modules, take this top menu and drop it in this wait. And here I'm saying click on logout and wait on till this is visible. Right? For suppose I'm simply saying wait on till it is visible. So how much time it will wait? The maximum time? There are two things in Tosca. One is the normal synchronization, they call it. Another one is wait on synchronization. Okay. So what is the difference between normal synchronization and wait on synchronization means usually whenever a test step is supposed to fail, for suppose I asked Tosca to wait until login is visible. So in order to verify the property of the login, is login element present on the screen? Do we have login element here?
No,
No. So then how can it verify its property? And how can it wait until that particular control comes up? Means first of all the control itself is not there. Leave about the wait on concept here. So Tosca knows control is not there. Then immediately at the first second itself it should fail. Am I correct? But if you observe, what is it doing for 10 seconds almost? You have seen, right? It waited for 10 seconds and finally it failed with the error login was not found. So what is it doing for these 10 seconds? These 10 seconds are called as synchronization time. Okay, so what is this synchronization time is? Every time in order to perform, like for suppose you may have seen like sometimes controls will not be available or sometimes your application speed might be very slow, Tosca might be very fast and application might take some time to load, right? So all these common issues whatever we are facing will come up under the synchronization only. So all you have to do is in order to overcome this synchronization you have to create a test configuration parameter which will change this synchronization time value. Usually this synchronization time value is present in our settings. Like this synchronization again of two types. One is for the wait on synchronization, one is the normal synchronization they call it. So what is this synchronization means? How much time, default time that Tosca waits for without showing you the error message. So within this default time, it will try to see like if that button comes up between this synchronization time, immediately it will go and perform the action without informing you. By default, this value is given as 10 seconds. If you want to what you say decrease this value or increase this value, you can achieve it in two ways. One is through settings, but we are not supposed to change the settings, so that is the reason we go for test configuration parameters. Okay, I'll show you how do we do that. So all you need to do is add one test configuration parameter, that is synchronization timeout. Let me check my spelling. I'm not sure. No space in between. Okay. Synchronization timeout. And I'm giving the value as, for suppose, 30 seconds. 33 zeros, right? Now I'm running the same test step. Wait on till this login is visible. So how much time will it take in order to fail now?
It will take 30 seconds.
Yes, it will take 30 seconds in order to fail. See, after 10 seconds also still it is waiting. For suppose, after think like after 20 seconds, that login is visible now actually. Okay, now I just manually clicked on logout. Login is visible. So see, at the 24th second, it immediately passed. It will not waste its time. Okay, so it will wait for the maximum period. If something happens, if some that control is coming up or your page has loaded in the meanwhile, then immediately it will go and perform the action. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, the next one is, this time what I am doing is, let's see what is the default maximum time that you have for the wait on. Okay, so I am saying wait on until this particular property becomes false. It will never become false. So let's see how much time it will wait for wait on action mode. So let's see this. By default, wait on action mode will wait for 20 seconds. Okay, that is the maximum time it has. It can wait for 20 seconds. See, it ran for 20 seconds now and it failed. You can change the same in the same way. You can change it in near the settings actually, or else you can change it via test configuration parameters. The name is synchronization timeout during wait on. So synchronization timeout. During wait on. I'm not sure about the spellings. I'm poor with them. And I'm giving this as 35 seconds. Okay. Now the same step. Simply wait on until this property becomes false. See, it will wait for 35 seconds this time and then it will fail.
Ramya, you gave two conditions, right? So which one it will take? How can we know?
Whenever we are giving wait on, right, it will go for the synchronization timeout during wait on only. Sorry, I gave some spelling mistake or something. That is the reason it waited for just 20 seconds. Let me see this. Whenever you are giving wait on action mode, then usually it will go for this one, synchronization timeout during wait on. Whenever you are using the normal ones, by default ones, you are not changing anything, then it will go for the synchronization timeout.
Okay.
Yeah, D is also capital actually. I'll change this to 25 seconds. Oops. I want to execute only this step. Let's see. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes, 20, 20. Now 25 seconds it should fail. Saying wait on has failed. Look at the error type, you can understand that. Wait on has failed here. Okay. So This is for the weight on. Is it clear? These are the different weights that we have. One is static weight, where we have the T-box weight, steering parameters, weight before and weight after. Coming to the dynamic weight, we know weight on action mode, and another one is the synchronization time. When do we go for synchronization time? Means it is nothing but when application speed usually is slow and Tosca is running fast. It is the default time that Tosca waits. So we can change it via test configuration parameters, synchronization timeout, and wait on. This will wait for certain property to show up. The default wait on maximum period is 20 seconds. If you want to change it, you can change it via synchronization timeout during wait on action mode. Sorry, synchronization timeout during wait on is the test configuration parameter name. Okay, is it clear? Any questions, any doubts? No? Okay. So with this, we completed different types of weights and with different types of buffers. So let's stop it here today. Tomorrow, let us discuss about the remaining concepts. Okay?
Ramya,
Yes.